Harder luck.
I'll start this video off by saying that I didn't think I was going to make it to 22, but yet here I am sitting here right now celebrating my 22nd birthday just a few days ago. Now, if you read the title of this video, guys, in this video, we're going to be talking about depression, and I'm going to be telling you how I got over my depression and how I believe anyone can do it as well. And if you're struggling out there, I really hope this is the last video you ever have to watch on this subject. So this isn't going to be an hour-long video talking about every nitty-gritty detail I've went through, every trauma, everything I've done, everything I tried to do to fix it. Instead, I'm just going to be focusing on the key points, the main lessons I took from this experience, as well as what I believe will truly help you. So I'm just going to cut down all of the bullshit that we don't really need to hear about, but let's get right into it. So what actually saved me from depression? And that's a tricky one for some people, but to me, what really saved me, and I think is really something important that a lot of people don't consider, is you got to look at the facts and the truth. Now, there are a lot of reasons for being depressed. We might be struggling or going through something. You might be in an existential crisis. You might be questioning philosophy or all your beliefs, or everything might just seem like it's going downhill, or you just feel like you want to give up and everything's hopeless. Well, those are just a few things that contribute to it, but we got to pay attention to the facts of everything. So the only fact that I can really think of is basically just time itself, all right? Nothing is promised in this life except death. Even if I was a billionaire and I had everything I needed, even if I worked for the government, even if I was the best doctor, nothing is guaranteed but death. So when my life is over, nobody can give it back to me ever, all right? The government can't give it back. No amount of money can give me my life back. It's over. But I was suicidal for a long time, ever since I was 12 years old or so. I still have a lot of my scars on my arm from going through all this depression, all this trauma pretty much. Just, I've had over 10 therapists. I've been on over 10 different medications. I've probably seen over 20 doctors by now for depression. And the reason I'm so joyful and I'm able to still smile and look back at everything and, find contentness in my life and actually be satisfied living a life and having a good relationship with life is I look at the facts. Compared to others, I feel like I've lived a horrible life. I feel like there's been so many near-death experiences, a lot of abuse, a lot of drug addiction, all that sort of thing. But I always remember one thing, and that is I look at my childhood, I look at my past, I look at everything I've been through, and I'm just so thankful that I actually have a life to begin with. So what does it mean to have gratitude towards this? Well, when I think about it, everything I can do is based on my own decision. We have complete free will in this world, and nothing can ever change that. So nobody will ever know your thoughts. Nobody will ever know your feelings. Nobody will ever know your traumas. They won't know the worst day of your life. They won't know your worst heartbreaks. The only one who can know all of that is you. And it's easy to overthink. It's easy to get lost in our heads, because the way I tell people about anxiety is I say anxiety is like having a bad friend who just nitpicks everything you do wrong. And if that was the case with most of us, we wouldn't be keeping that friend around. And the same thing is when you're in your head all the time. When you're overthinking, when you're feeling sad, you're just having conversations with yourself. And I've got a lot of videos on mindfulness as well as meditation, as well as some stuff to relieve your anxiety. But one thing I've noticed with depression is it's a filter. You tend to hate yourself more than you actually are hated. And it's always the cliche we hear where people say, we love you, we care about you, And that may be true, but that's not always true for everyone. There are people out there who are truly alone, and you might just be one of them. So think of a video game character throughout all these stages in life. You're always leveling your stats up in a video game. You get more money in the game, maybe more gear, more missions, more side quests. But with video games, you can always respawn, restart the mission, do things later. But the way I see life is it's okay to fail. It's not an L as in a loss, it's an L as in lesson. And I feel like throughout all my traumas and all the bad experiences I have in life, it wouldn't make me who I am today. And I think it's all about the life experience itself, all right? It's not about the end goal. It's not about where we start. It's not about where we're going. It's actually living and being in this gift that we call life. Now, there's going to be tribulation. There's going to be trials. We're going to get tested. We're going to have our hearts broken. But know that everyone is their own person in this world, and they all have their own free will, and they all have their own life, and they have their own thoughts and beliefs, and I will never be able to know that about anyone. I'm truly saying this with all my heart, that you are special. And when you realize that you have gone through all this stuff, and you can look back and be like me, for example, I love listening to all my childhood artists I used to love as a kid. I love watching all all my old TV shows I used to love as a kid. I like going to places that remind me of my childhood, and I like going throughout all stages in life like that. I like thinking about songs I listened to in middle school or in high school, reconnecting with all these old memories and realizing they made me who I am today, and I wouldn't trade that for a thing. But to me, the concept of death is really comforting because everyone dies. Alright, nobody is against the system, nobody is better than anyone else. We're all truly living this life together in a sense to where some people might struggle and some people will die trying to lead people on the right path. But that's okay because we're all trying to experience and learn new things all on this planet. And when you do die or when you do suffer or when you have the best day of your life, the earth is going to keep spinning. Nothing's going to change anything. Even if you feel like you've completely ruined your life, even if you feel like everything is falling apart completely and you have no friends or no family, you always will have yourself. And I think being best friends with yourself is the best thing you can do. Because I've tried everything. I've tried journaling. I tried going to the gym. I tried dieting, eating healthy, getting more sunlight. And none of that ever changed me except the only thing that actually helped me. No doctors or prescriptions or therapy. The only thing that helped me is realizing that it's a gift regardless. And I'm still glad that I got to experience it because even on the worst day of my life, I remember just looking in the mirror covered in blood and tears. And I just remember thinking, it's honestly a gift that I'm able to experience this type of sadness. It's actually a good thing that I'm able to experience the duality of the world, and I'm able to be this sad, and I'm able to be this broken. Would I want to do that purposely? No, because honestly, I'm content with everything now. And I feel like whatever happens, happens. And whatever happened in the past, it made me who I am today, and I can't blame the world for this. So my current philosophy now is just shit needs to get done. There's a lot of things I want to do, and you could have your goals with anything. It could be saving the poor, it could be helping your family, or it could just be having a bunch of money and just be balling. Whatever you want to do, we are all capable of having our own beliefs, our own faith, and our own, path in life that we want to take. And I don't even know my path fully, but I still got faith in God and faith in myself. And if you don't want me to use the word God, you can just replace that with the universe. I'm content with whatever the universe will throw at me. And when I say I have faith in myself, that's me knowing that I trust myself and I'm not going to give up. Even if it's the worst day of my life, I can't just roll over because shit needs to get done. So there you guys have it. That's my take on depression. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I really hope you learned something from this. I really hope this gave you some new perspective. As always, guys, I love you all. I pray for you. God bless you all. Have a good day, guys. Peace.